Episode of Europe Football Club. We have a lot to talk about this week with all the leagues now. I mean, French league is already match day two. Yeah, already match day two. Alessandro will join us as well. I think he's watching the AC Milan game.
I am. Ollie
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good.
Bologna today. We have the one and only Don't Add to Stream, aka MCFC Daps, with us. Welcome back, my friend. How you doing?
I'm good.
It's good to have you on the show. I mean, we
Cup.
missed you last week, bro.
Listen, we were getting business done. We went and got that Super
good
Cup.
Things on Man City. Unfortunately, you missed it, and it's not gonna happen very often.
Are you sure about that? It's gonna have to happen.
We are oil brothers, so I have to be kind. I have to be kind. So yeah, before we kick it off, I don't know about you guys. I don't want to get rusted. I did not watch the entirety of the Women's World Cup.
No.
Don't go after me. Sorry. I watched the final. I think I watched a little bit of the semi-final. Victor is not here with us for now, but congratulations to Spain.
Yeah.
I think I feel a little bit for the Lionesses, but they did really well. So yeah, big up to them. It was quite. Did you watch the final, Daps?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not even. Do you know what? I actually watched women's football probably a little bit earlier than other people got onto women's football. I used to watch a bit because actually there was one point where I was honestly felt that women's football was technically better than some English football. When I mean nationals for the English.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't watch any of the World Cup just quite simply because of work, because of
I think
the time difference was mad with it being Australia.
Agreed.
And even
Did
the
you
final.
Did you watch the Euros?
I watched the Euros. Yeah. I watched the Euros. The Euros but it was the time difference, and even the final. My daughter watched the final, but I was on the way back from Manchester, so I couldn't watch it. So,
Alessandro, how you doing, my friend? Stressed?
No, I'm not.
Bologna away, is it?
Yeah, but I'm not stressed.
Okay.
Just before I was joining, Ollie G scored. So.
Oh, is it? Okay,
already, yeah.
Pulisic is starting as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so, should be fine. Daps, we need to talk about that video of Pep getting a ticket in Manchester and the warden, the warden asking for a selfie right after. Bro, like I don't know, the cheek of the warden to ask for a picture after giving him a ticket. Mad.
He's just doing his job, isn't it? He's just doing his job. I don't know if the other one you saw was at the weekend. I think there's a fan in the crowd saying to Pep, you need to make some changes and whatever. And Pep said, do you want to come down and do my job? You can come and kind of turned around and said to him, if you want to come and sit in the dugout and do my job for me, you can do if you want. But
that is mad. Today we're launching a little this new thing as well. We're launching a little hotline in a professional way, by the way, where you can contribute to the conversation just by clicking join the stream. If you don't want to activate your camera, that is perfectly fine as well. You can just activate your audio and share your thoughts on everything that we are exchanging on. So do not hesitate, wherever you are, Spain, Italy, France, Germany, wherever. So give it a try. Do not hesitate. It's a full freedom of speech show. So do not hesitate to join the stream. Big up to Very Vintage Shop as well, giving away promo code today to the viewers. They have quite good items. Remember, we checked it, Alessandro, last week. It was quite good, but I don't think we saw anything for Man City. Let me have a look quickly, but I don't think there is any specific Man City. In the meantime, Daps, happy with the Stade Rennais signing. Another pure gem of the Farmers League that you take in again.
Well. See? Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much about him. I know that we need more players. We've let a few go. Mara's replacement, so happy with it. 2 more to come. I'm hearing as well. 2 more before the window closes. One of them that I'm hearing is very interesting indeed. So
last season he did not play that much.
Yep.
I think he's doing well with the Belgian national team, though.
Yeah.
I think he's all right, but
Bro, listen,
I don't know. I think
my whole view on everything is it's not my job to know who we're going to sign,
Yeah.
and I trust Pep and I trust the board. If this is who Pep wants, then I have absolutely no doubt Pep will get the best out of him.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I get that, and I think that is good for fans, to have this kind of trust in their gaffers, and it's not the case with everyone. But I think it's going to be a great addition to the squad. And this thing as well, how come you are boycotting Arsenal with Laporte going to Saudi Arabia, and what was the other one that was supposed to sign for Arsenal?
Bro, there's no way we're gonna let Laporte go to Arsenal. Not a chance.
I fully agree, because
You
otherwise
can't.
you're giving them.
He's too good. He's too good a player. He's a good. Laporte is a good player. Like, hold on.
I'm watching it as well, to be fair.
Sorry to interrupt, but what a goal from Pulisic.
Oh my God.
For who?
Oh my God. Unfortunately, we cannot, for intellectual property rights reasons, we cannot share it with you live, but what a screamer.
So what are you watching, Stu?
Bologna, AC Milan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm watching a different game.
Okay. I'm watching it on BT Sport. I mean, it's called TNT Sports now. They changed it.
Yeah.
But they have the Serie A rights, the Liga rights as well.
Okay.
So BT Sports is quite good because everything
I've got
is
Arsenal,
in the
Crystal Palace on.
Oh yes, there's this one as well. I forgot.
Yeah.
What's happening? Tell us.
So far, Arsenal have had two chances already. I see Arsenal winning this convincingly, to be fair. But we'll see. You know what? Stranger things have happened at the weekend. Man United losing to Tottenham. Chelsea losing to West Ham.
That is something we need to talk about.
100% we do.
We definitely need to talk about, because obviously the chants from the West Ham fans and the banter was elite in the stands when they won against Chelsea. But mate, what's going on with Chelsea? See, everyone was so pumped about Poch when he was at PSG. I said, guys, you'll see. Poch is very late in taking decisions for the subs. His style of play, there's no real style of play that he can implement. I've never been really impressed or satisfied by Poch at PSG, and Poch at Tottenham was kind of a different story. But I don't know if it's the players of the gaffer, or I don't know what's going. I'm not going to talk about money, because money is a different story. But
I'm with you on this. For me, look, I do think I watched them against Liverpool last week. I thought they're really, really good against Liverpool. But they've got a lot of young players in that squad, a lot of young players. And I look at it now, and I can tell you now, the reason why I think Manchester City do so well is because they're balanced. They're balanced in every single area, even when it comes to age. There's balance in the age. Agreed. There is relevance to, if you look at, when Vinny left, Fernandinho became captain. When Fernandinho left, Gundogan became captain. Now it's De Bruyne and Kyle Walker. And despite the fact that some of us say we'd want Ruben Diaz as our captain, but I think Pep knows you need experience as a captain. You need to have that experience of getting it over the line in the league, going. And I think that's where I think Chelsea are going to come unstuck this season. I don't think they've got any experience there. Look, they're having Thiago Silva.
I don't know about you,
Silva,
but I think their best player yesterday is your ex-player.
Sterling was good, yeah.
It was Raheem Sterling yesterday. He was on fire.
Good. But we know he doesn't carry that form all the time, does he? So that's still
good.
Look. To be honest with Chelsea, I think Chelsea need a goal scorer. I'm not saying Jackson isn't going to be good enough, but he's unproven, he's raw, he's young, he's inexperienced, and I think that's going to be that was their issue last season. Did you know Chelsea had one of the better defenses in the Premier League last season, but they just couldn't score goals? And I think again already this season maybe we're seeing that as well. I don't think Enzo Fernandez is, he's not clinical enough.
Agreed. 100%.
I'm not saying he's a bad player, but, I had someone say to me the other day that I think Enzo Fernandez will get more GA than Kevin De Bruyne this season. And I said, well, De Bruyne's injured till January, so that if you're using that as your reasoning, maybe, but I can't see it myself. I could even then see him come back and get more GA than Enzo in 3-4 months. So, yeah.
So you're watching Arsenal Palace. What do you think about Michael Olise? Because PSG has been linked to him. Obviously, he signed an extension.
Yeah.
And he was also a player that was targeted by a lot of European clubs in general.
I like him. I think he's a good player.
A player that you
I would have took him at
signed
City.
at Man City?
Yeah, 100%. I think he looks good. I don't know if him signing this contract was him, because there was talk of there being a release clause for like 35 million or something like that. I don't know if this is a bit like, remember when Jack Grealish signed a new contract to Villa just to make sure that they got a nice amount of money for him? Because if you release saying you've got City, Chelsea, PSG all being linked with you, I don't think you would think, yeah, I'm happy to stay at Palace. I think it would more be, let me sign a contract so that at least Palace get a 50 million, 60 million or something for me. So
I think it's not a real extension or loyalty proof of anything
I don't think
towards
so.
the fan. He's not a Wilfried Zaha or anything. Like, as soon as he has a great opportunity, we'll just grab it.
I think so. There's also been actually conversations leaked from his Instagram. I think either Instagram or Snapchat.
Oh yeah, when he was playing Championship back in the days.
Yeah, and telling a girl, "Don't worry about that. I'm not going to be playing here for long. I'm going to be in the Premier League." So I'm looking at that conversation thinking,
that was funny.
Yeah, but that tells you, I don't think he's going to be going, yeah, I'm happy staying at Palace for the rest of my career. If you've got PSG, City, Chelsea circling, then
he's an ambitious young man, obviously.
Yeah.
So how's it looking like on the Arsenal Palace game? Arsenal dominating or?
Arsenal have had the clearer chances. I would say they're dominating, but Palace are looking a bit more lively the last 5 minutes. But
do you regret Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko going to Arsenal?
Absolutely not. We just won a treble.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
And don't get me wrong. Look, I was one of Gabriel Jesus' biggest fans at City. I think his work he did for us was a bit underrated off the ball. His pressing was the best presser, one of the best forward presses I've ever seen. But the truth is, he was never going to be, with Haaland coming in, he was never going to be that guy. He was better out wide, and you know what? He did a lot for us. And as for Zinchenko, the same again. I'm a bigger fan of Zinchenko than I am Cancelo, right?
Oh, okay.
But defensively, neither of them that good. If you look at what our actual last season, a lot of our big run was based on how good our defense was playing with 4 centre-backs. And that I think that'll be the same this season. So if you look at who we've got now playing on the left, it'll either be Ake or Gvardiol, and both of them are better than Zinchenko. So now I'm cool with it.
A lot of teams are moving into that where they're a centre-back that can play as a wing-back as well.
Yeah.
Because I think Juventus do it as well. Inter do it. So
4 centre-backs, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so much more solid. And I think that's something that I've been speaking about. I spoke a bit on last season. I've already seen it this season. Is the beauty of Pep is Pep's transitioning and Pep is growing as a manager every season in the Premier League. And I feel like last season he learned just how important or how much easier it is to win trophies when you've got a solid defense, right? And that's it. It's the 4 centre-backs at the back. Even more so when you've got a couple of them that know how to transition with play and, move into midfield a bit. But also, if need be, and it goes back to, do you know what? You do have to defend. They actually know how to defend. And I think that's one of the things that, I mean, even against Newcastle at the weekend, I think we won that game because Pep, it was a Pep masterclass. He knew that, we're tired. We're without De Bruyne, without Gundogan now, without Bernardo Silva at the moment, without Stones at the moment. We played on late Wednesday night in mad conditions in Athens. And we were coming up against a Newcastle team with energy that can press. And what Pep did is he just whacked, he played Haaland with Alvarez and Foden just behind them and flooded the midfield with Akanji going into midfield, Walker staying wide right. And I think that just basically meant that Newcastle had to think about too much, and it was just too much for them. And we stopped Newcastle from playing football. So, yeah, Palace just had a bit of a chance there, actually.
Palace. Do you know what? Have you ever been to Palace away, Dabs?
Yeah, once. Great.
Sellers Park. Would you say it's a tough ground?
Oh
Or
yeah, 100%. I don't know if
yeah.
you know, but this is. I said this yesterday. Arsenal's first game of the season last year was Friday night. Another chance for Palace was Friday night, 8 p.m. kickoff at Palace, and then this year their second game is Selhurst Park again, 8 p.m. kickoff. The year before that, they had to go there, and Palace on an evening kickoff is never an easy game. Never.
Yeah,
Never.
agreed.
And I also think they've got some of the best travelling fans as well. Actually, as well, I think their travelling fans are really loud. I always remember the last game I ever went with, the last game I ever went to with my dad was City Palace at the Etihad, and I always remember how loud they were then. So, yeah, I rate the fans.
Agreed. Mr. Alessandro, apparently you lost a bet because you thought PSG would win this game against. You had so much hope, man. I thought we would win that one, to be fair. But unfortunately, Hakimi, I thought he was happy to see his little buddy back on the pitch with Mbappe and Dembele just coming on during the second half. Mbappe with his celebration. I'm back. A celebration when he celebrated in front of the ultras after scoring the pen, saying in French, "I'm staying here. I'm staying here. This and that, bro." Like, why
do you believe
playing?
him?
No, of course not.
He's staying here for the season, so he can go for free.
Why are you playing with the fans' emotions like this? Because if that is trust me, he's a very clever young boy. He knows exactly what he's doing from a communication perspective as well. He knows he's in trouble. It's great that he came on, and you could tell that playing with him and without him is a totally different story, obviously.
Yeah.
And we definitely need him. But I don't know, I have mixed feelings around this whole drama, orchestration, show off. It's a bit too much, in my opinion, to be fair. What do you think about that?
Go on. Myself or Alessandro?
Alessandro, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you watched the game. Yeah, when he celebrated, what did you think? You think it was a bit like drama orchestrated?
Every year's the same story, I think. Yeah, he's definitely a clever. He definitely has a team around him that are smart because, he's saying he's staying, but he's staying for the rest of this year, and then you're going on a free, and that's just going to cause problems for PSG financially, isn't it? So
exactly, and I think that's not a good way to behave towards the fan as well. I think that's great. I mean, you probably overreacted. I don't know what really happened here, but that was a bit of a weird one. We were talking about AC Milan. It's in 1 week's time we have the UCL draw. Anyone knows exactly when it's going to happen?
I believe it's Friday. So not this Friday, next Friday. I'm pretty certain it's next Friday. Yeah. So yeah.
Anyone you want in your group, or if you don't really care, Dabs?
Pot 2. You know what? I'm going to be honest. This year, also we could get Real Madrid. This year, I'm massively basing it on where I want to go and where I've been. So
same. Rather than the clubs that you want to play, it's more the away day that you're looking forward to.
I mean, do you know what? So pot 2, we could get Real Madrid, Inter, Dortmund, Atletico, Leipzig. Who's that next to Leipzig?
Leipzig, FC Porto.
Yeah, I want Porto. I'll have Porto. I'll have Porto from pot 2.
What's going on with the Zoom? Making me drunk.
Do you know what? That's interesting. Pot 2's a solid pot, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Pot 3 is what Shakhtar Donetsk, Salzburg, AC Milan, Lazio, Red Star, Belgrade. Who's that? I don't recognize the logo.
Braga,
exactly.
Give us Rangers. Rangers be good. City Rangers.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you have them?
Union Berlin.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Newcastle, Arsenal, Celtics, Real Sociedad, Galatasaray, Young Boys in Switzerland, and I think it's Copenhagen. Is it Copenhagen?
Yeah, I think that is Copenhagen.
Yeah. So in terms of away days, if you ask me, I'd like to take all the English teams that I can get, I will take them. I'll go pot 2. I'll probably go Man United because of the season. They don't look good, and also last year when not last year but the few years before, we had an away day there and it was memorable. So and we smashed it at Old Trafford. So I'd probably go for Man United. Pot 3. Yeah, you have to take Rangers, innit? Like go.
I can see us getting Inter.
Rangers, yeah, probably Rangers, yeah.
I can see us getting Inter, you know. I don't know why I can see us getting Inter.
And pot 4, sorry, I'll probably take. I'll take the main challenge in this pot. I'd say it's probably Newcastle, innit? St. James's Park away day, European night.
Yeah,
I'd take that. 100%. Man U and Rangers and Newcastle. I'll be happy with that.
Tell you what, that pot 2 is mad.
Yeah, you see, it's almost it's crazy, isn't it?
What I really want to see is I want to see Arsenal get a really hard draw, because I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans. Now, the reason being that is, look, I should rather see United get a hard draw. But what it is that I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans say, "Oh, you know, watch what we do in Europe this time and this and that," and I can't wait till we get Bayern and show Bayern about real football and all of that. And I just think, do you know what? For a team that's never won a Champions League, I never used to talk about the Champions League like that. Like, even now, I know about, you've got to respect all of these teams in the Champions League. And the way Arsenal were talking about it, I want to see him get a Bayern, Real Madrid, AC Milan. I give them the hardest possible group.
I think the hardest draw for them would be Bayern Munich, probably
Real.
AC Milan in pot 3.
Oh, right, pot 3, yeah.
And then pot 4 would probably be Galatasaray. Is hard, you know.
Of course, they can't get Real Madrid because they're in the same pot as them.
Yeah, Galatasaray, or probably. Yeah, I'd say Galatasaray is a tough team. It
is, and that's the thing that they're kind of thinking, oh, you know, give us most of these teams and we'll walk the floor with them. But it's like they got knocked out of Europe by Sporting Lisbon last year. So, you know, they can't look at any team in the Champions League and think it's a walk in the park, because the one thing in Europe is there's no respect. Do you know? And what I mean by that is that all the teams that are in the Champions League are in the Champions League by doing well in their league, right?
Away day at Red Star Belgrade.
Yeah,
that is the ground is even if the football is not that good, it's always a tricky away day.
And that they'll experience that again. I think they've just forgot what the Champions League's like. That's all it is.
So those are experienced Champions League clubs anyway. Even I wouldn't underestimate Union Berlin as well. Even Union Berlin could be a tricky draw, to be fair.
They looked good last year as well.
What about you, Alessandro? Who would you take for AC Milan? Pot 1, pot 2, and then pot 4.
Right, I'll go straight away on pot 4. I don't want Newcastle. I don't want to.
Everyone wants to go Newcastle. Why?
I don't want to be playing Tonali.
You expect.
They'll go, oh yeah, see, he went to the better team.
Okay, I get that. Okay, I understand.
So I would probably take. Well, to be fair, they're not all finalised yet, but because Rangers have PSV left in the qualifiers, so I'd take. There's four English teams, so we're gonna get an English team. Well, the high percentage, I'd rather have City or United to go to. Don't want to go to Arsenal. Just to go to, not that. Well,
because in terms of atmosphere, like the fans, like the away there, you prefer the Etihad or Old Trafford rather than
the Etihad, so
the Emirates.
I'll go to the Etihad.
Okay,
and I think it would be a good game because we'd probably thank them for beating Inter. So
yeah. I think I'd rather play AC than Inter as well. Or in fact, no, maybe not this season. I think
AC Milan look good in the new.
They look,
Barbie third kit that they have now.
I think AC Milan look better. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to be completely honest. No, I'm wrong. Based on last season, I would have said Inter. Based on this season and Inter's firepower, yeah, give me Inter all day long. Actually, thinking about it, I think Inter.
Well, we took quite a few players from Inter left, key players. So it will be a good draw. To be fair, you know what? It's just a group stage anyway.
Yeah.
What I'm worried about is with what Bellingham, because obviously Victor is not here, but what Bellingham did over the weekend as well, scoring 2.
Did he? I didn't see. Did he score 2?
He scored 2, mate. Again, he's on fire. He's doing really, really well with Real Madrid. Real Madrid are kind of back, and he helps this a lot. And I think Bellingham in the Champions League will be a killer. It will be a killer. So we should not underestimate Real Madrid. I don't want them to win that shit again. Like, it's just I don't know why, but I can't stand them. It's just it's too much.
Usually there's 4 or 5 teams where you can say, okay, they're close in terms of who's favourites and that. But this year, from what I've watched of most of these teams, I just think just City's ahead of everyone by a mile.
Like Dab said, because they won the treble last season, they might be in a, the approach they will have is like, chill. If it works, it works. If it does not work, who cares? We won the treble anyway. So, it's like it's a bit. Whereas last year they were determined, like it was the year to smash everything, And now they've done it. They will be a bit more relaxed, You never know.
Right. You're right.
Of mind will be different.
I'm more thinking about the other teams of their quality, not really about how Man City are going to play in the Champions League this year. It's more about the teams that are there. Big misses for Real Madrid. No real number 9. Bellingham's scoring goals from
true.
From the midfield 3. They ain't got that number 9.
Yeah,
Militao's injured. Courtois, Bayern, and yes, they've got Kane now, but they've been looking a bit shaky as well. PSG got rid of all 3 of
the same with Real Madrid. They look shaky. They have a shit run in La Liga.
Do you know what?
And then they arrive at the Champions League. They struggled in the group stage, and then they smash it and they win it.
Season before last, we were all saying Real Madrid don't
exactly
Real Madrid. Then they turned over PSG, Chelsea, City.
Everyone won.
They did.
Everyone.
But they had Karim Benzema up top. They don't have him anymore.
True. I think that's the only thing you could say. If I'm looking at it at the moment,
Kepa in goal, so
I can tell you, is Couture injured then?
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Injured. Yeah.
How long for?
The
we don't
season.
know yet.
Yeah, he's tore his ACL the whole season.
Ooh.
Same with Militao.
Oh, I wonder why they're buying Kepa. I was thinking, why they're bringing him in as a second choice. So that, wow, that's a big miss. That's a massive miss. But for me, at the moment, looking at it from an outside looking in, I would say City, you're right, City will play with a different freedom now. Ruben Diaz spoken it, 1-0 Arsenal. Oh, no, he hit the post. No, right, not 1-0 Arsenal.
We'll hit the post. We'll hit the post.
The post. I think it was Saki, I'm pretty... Hold on. No, it wasn't Saki. It was that Eddie? I think that was Eddie.
And
Eddie. Sorry, my TV's quite far away. I'm trying to... Let me see one more time. Did well as well, to be fair. Held the player off really, really well.
A player that I really like at Palace. He used to be a pure gem at QPR. His name is Eze.
Yeah, banging player.
Is he playing now for Crystal Palace?
I'm not sure.
I love this player. He's a quality player. I love him.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. Ruben Diaz has spoke on the fact that he thinks City this season will play with more freedom now because they haven't got that pressure of you must win it. But if I'm looking at another team in there, I'll being honest with you, I would probably say it's... You could say Bayern with Kane. Maybe they've got a bit more of a threat now. But for me, it's Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid.
Do you know what I like about this conversation, guys? Is that for the first time in the past, I don't know how many years, no one is mentioning PSG as the favorite of winning the Champions League.
And that takes pressure off. Yeah,
I like that because now no one is scared of PSG anymore, and I like this.
Well, I get what you're saying because for like the last couple of years, when it's got to, it's funny because everyone would mock City about the fact that they couldn't get it over the line, right? But then would say when it comes to the oh, who's the favourites? They go, well, City are the favourites. And I'd always be like, hold on. So you want to mock us that we can't get it over the line, but at the same time, you want to put the pressure on us that we're the favourites.
Exactly.
How does that make sense when, you've got Real Madrid, Liverpool teams that do it consistently?
I've been experiencing the same thing for the bro.
So I do get what you're saying, that now it's pressure off for you as well. And with Mbappe staying,
Mbappe, Dembele, depending on if we go for Colomwani as well, we need a bit of, I'd say, reinforcement in the midfield. And as soon as we get that, the Luis Enrique style of play is making me sleepy, man. It's just
really.
You watch that game, Alessandro. Like, as soon as Mbappe came on, and that's it. The first half was boring, the same as the previous game. Just tiki-taka, 90% possession, no doing anything with the ball. It's like Spain World Cup Spain during the last World Cup. It was boring to watch. They're not really doing anything with the ball apart from having the ball. And that's very frustrating. I hope Luis Enrique will do something about this, but we desperately need the Ousmane Dembele. I don't know about you guys, but Ousmane Dembele, I know he's an on and off player, but as soon as he came on, like first touch, you were like, that is looking really good.
And I think now's the time for him to prove himself, to step up.
I think so, yeah,
and show now that.
And he has a great connection with Mbappe. That's why also we need to keep them both.
I think that's going to be a duo to watch for sure.
I think so. That's why we need to keep them
both.
It
could be a year then. Could be your year. No pressure. Could be your year.
Yeah, it could be our year or Barcelona year. I heard that. I heard that they are, because of budget cuts and everything. I think that is disgraceful what they've done. They have cancelled all the breakfasts for the under 18s of the academy because they cannot. They said we need to save some money somewhere. So what we're gonna do? No more breakfast for the under 18s at the academy. No, we don't serve breakfast anymore. That is mad. That is I think that is greedy. Like they're suffering. The youngsters are suffering from poor money management from the top guys upstairs. Like I think you can save some money somewhere else, surely. Not the breakfast from the under 18s.
See, the funniest thing is they'll then be linked with like all of our club's best players again, saying, "Oh yeah, we want this." Like, I find it, and I'll be honest, I've spoke on this before. I find it sad because, like, I remember the first time I've been Barcelona quite a few times now. The first time I went Barcelona, I fell in love with the city, the whole Catalan thing, and how much they get behind their club and everything.
The culture,
to be frank with you, everything about the city, even down to the stadium, and just and seeing the drop off is just a bit. It's sad because I do think, you know what, Barcelona and football, they go together, right? So seeing their club move like this it's hard because I want to say it's sad, but then at the same time, the way that they move with being linked with players and, the fact they still owe us money for Ferran Torres. Now they're trying to say, oh, we want Bernardo. Yeah, they still owe us about 12 million, I believe. and at that point, they're saying, oh, we want Cancelo on a pay you in a couple of years vibe and all of that. And it's just like, that then gets my back up. It's like, we need to stop. And we do bend over backwards for Barcelona for what, obviously the board, the Pep thing probably. And it's just a bit frustrating, but yeah, they could, you never know who. Barcelona, I swear they've bought a few players as well.
I'd like to smash them, bro. I'd like to smash them. Yes,
they were going to get Neymar, but they didn't get that. Oh, is that a penalty?
Palace?
Nah, played on.
Oh, shame.
Could have been a penalty.
Palace, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't get Neymar in the end, did they? Neymar decided to go where he's getting 500,000 for every.
There you go.
Social media post.
I told you, he's here for the vibe, and he's here for the vibe. It's just a shame, like. That's not give that's
probably. I reckon he probably gets February or March off as well.
Apparently, he wants to go back to European football after 2 years.
Oh yeah.
So he's just he goes there, cash in. Like he does not have enough money yet, but he's not.
He'll end up in the Premier League.
You don't need that money, man. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you seen what Messi said in Inter Miami about PSG?
No.
He said going to PSG was never wanted, I never wanted to leave Barcelona. I always
Right.
wanted to stay at Barcelona, and he was not. I did not want to go to PSG. Da 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 da. Well, everything what we've been saying for the past few seasons, and everyone got outraged when we said we did not want him at the club, and suddenly he's in Miami
Yeah.
with his friend David Beckham, and big smile, good time. Now he can speak kind of freely. Said I did not want to be at PSG. Yeah, okay, but
So why did he go?
that's the thing. He apparently had no other option. He wanted to stay at Barcelona, but they did not have the money to afford him. So again, PSG is always used as the expression in French is we can translate it in English as a cow milk. You know, when you
Right.
have I don't know the gesture as well. So you know, like when you have the cow is full of milk,
Right.
and it's the big fat cat, and you go there, it's easy to get some milk from that cow, you know,
Right, okay.
and she's
Right.
gonna be happy with it. I don't know what's the equivalent in terms of saying it in English, whatever. But we've been behaving like this for the I don't know how many seasons, and players they come, they take the piss out of us. There's no respect for the club whatsoever, bro. Every time they leave, they just take the piss. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous in terms of image, in terms of credibility. No big institution, no one will dare doing this to Man City. I remember at one point, like, do you know the
We
badge
used
you
to be
have?
like that, bro. We did used to have that.
Early
We used to have
stages.
that. Yeah, early stages. we
Early
did.
stages with
Yeah.
oil money, very beginning when you want to do everything to sign big players. But it's been, I don't know, 12 years now.
Yeah, 2008 it was, so 15 years now. 15 years we've been taken over for.
Even I saw like players you have, like they don't want to when they walk on the pitch, you have the big badge before.
Yeah,
They do the whole turn because they don't want to walk on the badge on the floor.
yeah,
You know, this is the type of thing that you like, okay,
yeah,
players are actually respecting the badge in the club, you know.
yeah,
And us, it's not here yet.
yeah. I must
Not
admit,
quite
there
like
was.
it.
I can't remember what player it was. It might have been Vardio. No, it wasn't Vardio. It was Paqueta. When Paqueta
Almost
said,
stepped in and stepped on the badge, and like he was like, "Oh,
No.
thank you."
He got asked recently about. He said, "Look, I'm happy at West Ham, but when big clubs when big clubs come in for you like Real Madrid and Manchester City, you've got to go." And I was like, to me as a City fan, yeah, I'm like, we're being put up there like that now. Damn, because it's that wasn't the way it was. So
No,
they're still doing the water breaks. Is this
Alessandro,
actually sorry
Salsa-
on this water break thing? This isn't going to
What?
be an all season long thing, is it?
No, it's just because of the heat.
Right. Okay. Cool. Is it that hot at the moment? Really?
Yeah, same as in France as well.
Yeah,
not
they just did it in Italy as well, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. It hasn't been in England for
I'm
like
thinking
2
it's not
months now.
not that hot here. I've got a jumper on. I'm good.
Are you in Italy right now?
Who, me? No, I'm in England.
Oh yeah. So my point is,
Well-
yeah, everyone is sitting in England, but it's not too bad here. But in France, they're struggling, same as in Italy,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, it's hot. Very
Yeah,
hot.
Athens was hot. Athens was very hot. Very,
Yeah,
very hot.
Yeah, tell me
degrees,
about
yeah.
that. Tell me about that. How was it? How was it?
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good. We we were there for two nights. First night we spent with Jack Grealish's brother pretty much all night long, which was interesting. Fun.
I like what Jack Grealish did when he received the medal and he stopped.
Yeah, very good, wasn't it?
with a little girl. Yeah,
Look, the guy's just a very good person, and he does a lot of things for charity, and yeah, he's just a very clean-hearted person. So yeah, that was good. But as for the game, it was a hard game. Like I said, it was so hot in the stadium. I didn't think we looked very good in the first half. Seville pressed us really, really well in the first half. A few mistakes from us down the right-hand side. But then the second half, I think Seville also just kind of the heat got to him. Pressing City for that long, it's going to get to you. And the biggest surprise of the night for me was that we actually scored all 5 of our penalties. Anyone that knows, Man City are absolutely shocking at penalties. Awful.
They were
You know.
very good penalties from both teams.
Yeah, and
until the last one, but
when it got to penalties, I literally said we might as well go now because we ain't winning this, are we? Because we are awful at penalties. The last time we scored all 5 penalties was Pep's first season 6 years ago in all competitions. We just don't score. We're awful at penalties. But yeah, it's kind of nice to win something on penalties for once. I could not have done that in the Champions League final, though. And then, yeah, we've got another one, and now we've just got to wait to the World Club Cup and hopefully pick up that one as well. So,
you playing for the World Cup final?
it's not confirmed yet because you have to play a few teams, and it's it's not.
It's a mini tournament, isn't it?
Yeah. Apparently, someone was telling me earlier that what they're thinking about doing with the World Club Cup, which I actually think makes sense, because they're making it a bit more apparently like a World Cup as far as that. It's not going to be every year. It's going to be every 4 years. And what they're thinking of doing is potentially having, so say we won it this year, say PSG win it next year, AC Milan win it the year after, and Bayern Munich win it the year after that, then that season they'll have a bigger tournament with the 4 previous winners of the Champions League, then the 4 of in South America, the 4 of, and they'll put you all up against each other. So it'll be a bit of a bigger tournament, and maybe I think they're probably thinking, how can we make this tournament a bit more prestigious? Because then it would be like a World Cup where it's every 4 years, and you've got.
But Dubs, Alessandro, I heard that Saudi Arabia has applied
wild card. Yeah.
to join the Champions League. Like 2 clubs is coming, guys. They might join the World Cup. Yeah. If that is happening, that is a madness.
Yeah, I heard someone else say maybe a wild card as well is what they were thinking. It's not necessarily Saudi. It's a wild card where multiple people can apply. But ultimately, that's just going to be whoever pays the most is going to get it. So it'll be Saudi pretty much every time. But it shouldn't be. For me, if they want to get more people from other nations involved, do it in the World Club Cup. Not the European Champions League. The European Champions League is the European Champions League. It's almost like, being honest with you, a Champions League where you can finish 3rd or 4th in the Premier League, or maybe even 5th this year, and you go into the Champions League is mad for me. Because even when you look at this, I look at this and I see Man United and Arsenal both in pot 2. I think that's wrong, because only one of those teams finished 2nd, the other finished 3rd, right? And I know they do it based on, but it's based on, your history in the tournament. For me, I don't think it should be that. It should be...
That is really transparent and fair from you as a Man City and British man as well. There's not a lot of people in England that are thinking the same. I think that is really fair. I agree with you.
It's arrogant as our league that we should have, look, if Newcastle win the league this season, why should we be potentially in pot 1 next season just because we won it the year before? If Napoli, right, fall off and don't finish in the top 4, based on the fact that they were good last year, should they get it? I don't think so. It shouldn't be that. It should be based on the here and now. And the here and now would be that whoever, for me personally, finished top should be in pot 1.
Don't you think the Saudis trying to apply? Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Are they not all top? Pot 1?
I haven't looked at pot 1. Is all pot 1 top? Maybe pot 1 is, but pot 2 definitely isn't.
No,
pot 1 is top. Pot 1 is
from
top.
pot 2 to 4, it goes off the coefficient UEFA ranking, and that's why Milan are there in pot 3 because we've been 4th for the last 10 years.
I don't think it should be like that, though. I don't think it should be like that at all, but. Hey,
I was saying, don't you think this will refresh a conversation around the Super League and give them reasons to refresh that conversation?
Especially the
on
way
saying the Saudis now they can join the Champions League.
We'll do a Super League with them.
So let's create another
100%
attractive tournament for European football.
Yeah, this is the thing, that what will happen is, because the Saudis will end up having a conversation with somebody, right? Whether it be the Real owner and a few other owners or whatever else, there will be a conversation, and then UEFA, and knowing the Saudis will then say to UEFA, either you let us in or we're going to create and fund something that you cannot stop. So you let us into the UEFA Champions League, or we will go and create something with some of these clubs, right, that need money. Barcelona need money. Real Madrid need money. If Saudi go and say, listen, we'll pay you a lot of damn money to side with us to create a new tournament, and we'll go and speak with the Glazers. We'll go and speak with, all the mega rich owners, and we'll try and get everyone to come together, leave UEFA inform this. And UEFA will probably end up having to go, all right, we'll give you a spot. Otherwise, we're going to lose it, right?
I mean,
that is probably what will happen.
This is the final year that the Champions League's like this, isn't it?
Yeah,
because then next year you play
nightmare.
Next year, I was just reading it. From next year, you play 8 matches, and it's one league table, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
and you don't play everyone in the league. You just play 8 random matches.
8 random, yeah.
Yeah,
and there's 4 more teams in there that probably don't really deserve to be in there.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying. That next season there's going to be 5 Premier League teams in it.
Yeah,
but look, if you ask my opinion on it without getting too deep into it, it's
French teams.
But all of this is about ultimately, and I hate to say it, this is the one thing I hate about the Premier League and about all of it, is that the truth is everything changed in the Premier League when Manchester City came. Chelsea changed it a bit, but it was even more so when Manchester City came along, because this extra spot in the Premier League is to ensure that Manchester United, Liverpool and Arsenal, no matter what, still get into the Champions League, right? Because they've got their legacy clubs, and the powers that be and the Americans want them to be like they want them to always be involved in earning that money. And this is the whole thing. People will really, really not say, oh, it's not fair that Manchester City can spend money or that Chelsea can spend money. But the same groups of fans were not moaning when the Premier League started and Man United were the best team. Right, the minute you are the best team at the start of a league like this coming along, you earn the most money. You then get in the Champions League because you win it, so you earn the most money. So you can spend the most money, right? And that becomes a monopoly. That is what had happened to the Premier League until Chelsea came along. That Manchester United had such a monopoly because they were the team predominantly winning, earning the most money, going in the Champions League, earning the most money. It was without investment, no club could catch up with them because they had so much. But now the other teams are invested. It's like, oh, this isn't fair. And it's but was it fair back then when you lot were getting all of the prize funds? It was fair then when you had a serious monopoly on it all. So, and that's what's happening now. They've created this extra place for these clubs because they know that realistically, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, not all of them are ever going to be in the top 4. So they've created an extra space so that they can always get into Europe.
And why are you not mentioning Tottenham?
Why am I not mentioning Tottenham? Listen, bro, the Super League, the way I described Tottenham in the Super League was Tottenham were, say, imagine there's a house party, right? And Tottenham have turned up and someone said, you're not allowed in. So they're at the window just looking inside, right? That's Tottenham. That should have been Tottenham with the Super Cup. But somehow Daniel Levy did such a good job that he got them in the house party. He sneaked them in. And by the way, Daniel Levy as an owner has been a sensational owner, right? As far as the way he has made Tottenham relevant when they're not relevant, right? He's got them the best stadium, the money that's coming in. But now he just needs to let go of that handbrake and actually show the ambition, because he's got them in the place where, and with the funds that they could do something, but he's just not willing to take the handbrake off and go, all right, we've got you, I've got you here. Now go and spend money. He's still, but we'll see this season. Do you know what? It's nice to see Tottenham are playing better football.
You mean without Harry Kane? You think they will
with this new manager as well? I think he's come in and Bissouma's looking really good for them. They'll play more enjoyable football. It's not Conte, Mourinho football. It does look like it's going to be more free flowing, and I don't know if I don't believe that's because Harry Kane's gone. I think that's just because they've got a manager that wants to play less pragmatic, more attacking football, whereas Conte is pragmatic,
Agreed.
That
Man United victory over the weekend was something. I mean, Man United fans, they did not expect that.
No.
They did not.
How did you two's teams do at the weekend? So AC are winning now, right?
Yeah, 2-0 at halftime.
Yeah, 2-0. For you, Alessandro, tell us about the first half, by the way. Did you, Pulisic scored, Benga, Screamer, and who scored the first again?
Giroud scored. Giroud.
Olivier Giroud, the Frenchman. See,
Lautaro Martinez.
It still scores, huh?
Lautaro Martinez scored 2 goals on the weekend, and so did Osimhen. Vlahovic scored, so he had to score because everyone else is scoring in our league. So
he has a brand new haircut as well. I've seen that. Like
is that Vlahovic?
But yeah, are you happy with Giroud, by the way? Or would you sign another striker?
We need a young striker. He can't. Last year we had Ibrahimovic played 10 minutes of one game because obviously he was coming back from ACL surgery, and then Origi was just terrible. So we're trying to get rid of him. So he played every game last season, on top of a World Cup where he played every game for France. And even in pre-season, he's 36. He shouldn't be playing 40 odd games a year, a season.
Agreed.
Shouldn't be happening. So we need to get a young striker. And that's
I don't even think that the French national team will call him for the next international tournament. So I think he's not going to play for the French team anymore.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think so, mate. I don't think it's too old now. But you know what? A lot of people were asking me. I've never been a big fan of Giroud.
Oh, I have.
You are?
Always have been. Yeah, always have been.
He's a very old-fashioned number 9.
Plan B.
Yes. He's. You know what the Giroud fans are saying when he's completely. We call him the ghost. For an entire tournament, can be a ghost, but apparently he's creating space. He does not score goals, but creates space.
Do you know what?
His positioning is. I have to admit, his positioning is on point.
Oh, you put the ball at the near post, he's scoring.
That's it. That's what he needs.
Yeah,
that's what he needs.
If you've got
from time to time, Scorpio kicks and stuff, but it's very rare. But I understand.
He is clutch as well. He comes in with goals sometimes in very important moments and whatever else. But I just it's that plan B for me. I'm a big fan of having like Edin Dzeko for us back in the day, where sometimes if Aguero wasn't working, to have a Dzeko or a Giroud off the bench is just priceless. But I'm 36, man. He's not Zlatan, is he? Come on.
No,
but he's still in good shape, like physical conditions. He's a very healthy man. I think he's really into religion as well. Like he's like a very healthy lifestyle, etc. So I'm not gonna say he's gonna be as good as Zlatan as his age, but I think he has another few seasons ahead of him. Do you think he's the type of player that will retire to Saudi? Or will go finish his career at Milan?
Well, you just said something. You said he's very religious, so that could be relevant. What religion?
Yeah, true. He's Christian. He's Christian.
Right. So I thought he was Christian. So
yeah.
Maybe that might be a reason that he doesn't, if he is very religious. Other than that, listen, who would turn it down? I wouldn't.
Okay. Do you know what, Dabs? I don't think that's a good argument. You know why? Neymar likes poker. Neymar likes partying. Neymar likes, he's known everywhere in all the clubs in Paris, brother. So,
but hold on. You're presuming that you can't party, etc., in Saudi.
I'm saying it's way more restrictive, obviously, in Saudi than Paris, brother. Paris is all over the place. Yeah. So it's a different story.
I can imagine.
He's got his own private jet, so he can hop over to Dubai.
Guys, you know why is the news? He's already injured.
Is he really?
That's not a joke. He's already injured.
That's not a joke. Pretty sure I've seen videos of him in IB for the last 2 days as well.
He's injured, guys. He's injured. He signed, went for the presentation. His agent went to the Saudis, said, he's injured. We don't know when he's going to be able to train. We need to give him some rest. It's a lot for him. Do
you know what they said back to him? They probably said, no problem. Make sure he's tweeting and we'll make sure he's getting paid.
There you go.
And that's
there you go. That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal. That is mad. The package that he managed to secure, man, that is proper negotiation. That is mental. I mean, everything that is they offered him cars. They offered him everything. Yeah. It's not like he needs cars, but they were like, that's just, Yeah,
you've seen the list of cars and everything he's getting. It's mad. Insane.
It's ridiculous now.
That's what happens, though, when you have money. When you have money, you don't have to pay for nothing. So you got all this money and you're being given everything for free as well. It's like perfect.
The more money you have, the less you spend.
Yep. Must be nice.
Yeah, it must be really nice, man. And you have those. I've seen a little video of it was Francesco Totti watching all those players going to Saudis and screaming in bills like notes, money notes, like money bills. And he was watching at them. It was a little cartoon. All those players there, and you would have thought the cartoon would say, "Oh, I was not playing at the right time," but actually, what he was doing, he looked at him and he kissed the Ice Roma badge like this and did that. And I was like, yeah, nice. Totti is proper loyalty.
Yeah.
I don't know if Totti, Alessandro, if Totti back in the days was offered the same type of deal as Neymar, do you think he would have gone to Saudi, for example? I don't
Never.
think so as well.
He,
I believe in Totti. I think his
He
loyalty is
rejected Real
unbeatable.
Madrid, Sir Alex Ferguson. He
Same.
rejected everyone. And
Yeah.
even in his 30s, when Spalletti shunned him, put him on the bench, he was coming on in the 85th minute, winning games for them at the age of 38. He doesn't care who's the manager or
Agreed.
the management. He just loves the fans, and he's
There's
always
a few Italians like that, though.
Yes.
Something with Italians, though, about the
I
love
know.
for their country, the love for their family, maybe the love
Who's
for the
the
club
most
as well.
loyal player in England that stayed, even if it's a rival team or whatever? Like the player that was like, I'm a red, born and raised red or blue or whatever. I will never ever leave that club. I thought Wilfried Zaha recently.
Nah, 'cause he went
Wilfried Zaha
United.
was
No,
like
he went
a
United,
true
bro.
loyal.
he went United,
footballer.
didn't he? And
Went
failed.
United when he was younger
And
and
come back.
failed. Once
Yeah,
once
true.
bitten, twice shy, so you can't claim anyone that's done that.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Do you know
point.
what? I'm trying to think if John Terry might be.
John Terry?
Bizarrely
The most
saying loyal with John Terry. They are two words that I would never use, but I mean, people say Gerrard, but Gerrard wanted to leave Liverpool. Gerrard tried to leave
Yeah.
Liverpool. He
He was
couldn't
going
leave
to
Liverpool.
Chelsea, didn't he?
Yeah, he got threatened and had to stay. So that's not loyalty. Lampard ended up going City.
Yeah.
So, but as far as Matt Letizia, Southampton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And back in the days, like the early days of
early days, completely different gravy. But there wasn't the money about then to turn
true.
players' heads so much.
Yeah.
Whereas
true.
now there's the money to, Dennis Law, Man United legend,
Temptation is
scored a
is
back heel and
different
relegated
story.
them. So, temptation is different. Do you know what? Matt Letizia might be a shout.
Good shout. Guys, I think we're going to wrap it up quickly. I think the second half will start as well. So we will leave Alessandro to watch his team play during the second half. It's already 2-0 anyway. It's not like you're going to... Oh, you never know, But it looks like you dominated that game. So it should be okay. Just a little reminder, guys. I think starting next week, we're going to promote a lot the hotline. So people can tune in. Don't be shy. We're not going to bat you. We're like normal fans. I know we have unpopular opinion as well. Sometimes though, it's good to challenge us as well. So do not hesitate to tune in and click the blue button at the bottom of your screen and join the stream. And also, I would like to thank Vieru Vintage Shop as well for promoting and sponsoring the show. They will give away a promo code at the end of this episode. We will announce it on Twitter. So tune in. They will give away 20% on their website. So if you like vintage football garments from whatever club you like or nation, you will be able to spend this on their website. And big up to FanFest as well. Next week we'll be back with. You said the Champions League draw will be on Thursday.
Next Friday, I believe.
Oh, next Friday. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we have another show before the draw then.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, follow Daps. His name is not. Don't add to the stream.
I don't know how to change it as well, by the way.
His Daps. Oh, I think you need to create a new account. That's why.
Okay, I'll do that next week then.
Daps MCFC Daps on all socials, but also more importantly, the whole gang, Never a Foul Media.
Yeah.
So give them a follow. It's a collective of football fans. They create great content around a lot of not only English clubs, by the way, because you have an Inter Milan fan as well. Yeah. So I think it's worth a follow and worth a watch. So give it a check, guys. Alessandro as well. You can see him here, going sometimes to DR Sports, doing other stuff with all the content creators as well. So give him a follow. Us Parisian Londoners, and that's it for me. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Big
you
up,
later,
Jabs.
guys.
Big up, Alessandro. Have
Yes.
a lovely evening. Bye bye,
Cheers.
guys.
Bye now.